When we look at the sky, we see celestial bodies moving in complex paths, raising questions about what happens when these bodies, especially the planets, align. Is planetary alignment merely a fleeting phenomenon, or does it hold a deeper significance? What makes this phenomenon so rare? And can planetary alignment affect Earth or our daily lives? In this astronomical study, we will explore the phenomenon of planetary alignment, one of the rarest events in our solar system. We will attempt to understand the reasons behind this alignment and how the orbital paths of each planet differ. What factors make alignment a rare occurrence? And does it have gravitational effects on Earth? Let us delve into this complex topic and examine the scientific questions astronomers pose about planetary alignment. Although this phenomenon may appear simple on the surface, it carries many secrets and scientific facts that spark curiosity and invite contemplation.
Welcome to Technoverse channel for science and technology of universe.
The alignment of planets is an astronomical phenomenon that occurs when planets appear close to each other in the sky, forming a line or a noticeably compact arrangement. However, it is important to understand that this alignment is not necessarily the result of planets moving along the same path in space. Rather, it is merely a visual phenomenon caused by our position on Earth. When looking at the sky, planets may seem close together, but in reality, each planet remains in its own orbit around the Sun. Planetary alignment is not something that happens every day. In fact, this phenomenon requires a perfect balance between the planets' orbits at the right moment. Although each planet in the solar system moves in an elliptical orbit around the Sun, these orbits are neither parallel nor equal. The diameter of each orbit differs, placing the planets on entirely different paths in space. For example, while Mercury is closer to the Sun and moves at a high speed, Neptune, which is hundreds of millions of kilometers away from the Sun, moves much more slowly. Therefore, when planets appear close together in the sky, it is merely a visual effect resulting from our vantage point on Earth. Alignment does not mean that planets are positioned in a perfectly straight line in space. The distances between planets are vast, and sometimes, a planet's movement can be completely separate from that of others. Planetary alignment may appear visible to the naked eye from Earth due to the synchronization of orbital timing, but this does not mean that the planets are physically close to each other. Therefore, alignment is a temporary optical illusion rather than an actual event occurring in space. Some may wonder why planetary alignment is so rare. The answer lies in the fact that planets follow different orbits around the Sun and do not move in parallel paths. Each planet in the solar system moves at its own speed and in its unique orbit, making it extremely rare for them to align at the same time. The elliptical orbits that planets follow cause them to move closer to and farther from the Sun at varying intervals, meaning that the chance of planetary alignment in the sky requires highly precise conditions. For example, Mercury, which moves at a high speed around the Sun in about 88 days, rapidly passes through numerous positions compared to other planets. Meanwhile, Neptune, which takes more than 160 years to complete its orbit around the Sun, moves extremely slowly. This significant difference in planetary speeds makes it impossible for these planets to align at the same time, as each planet has its own unique speed and path. Additionally, the variation in distances between planets further complicates alignment. Even though giant planets like Jupiter and Saturn move more slowly, the vast distances between them make it extremely difficult for them to appear closely aligned in the sky. Even if such an event occurs, the alignment at those moments would be merely a temporary visual convergence, as each planet continues moving in its own orbit, far from the others. Even if we witness a planetary alignment, it will be very brief. The planets will not remain aligned for long, as their orbits will quickly return them to their original positions. This difference in planetary motion speeds makes it very difficult for alignment to persist for extended periods. In the history of astronomy, several cases have been documented where scientists and observers witnessed rare planetary alignments. One of the most notable alignments occurred in the year 2000, when several planets in the solar system aligned in the sky, allowing people around the world to observe them easily. Among these planets were the giant planets such as Jupiter and Saturn, as well as the planets closer to the Sun, like Venus and Mercury. Although these planets appeared close to each other in the sky, their actual distances remained vast. During these moments, the planets' movements were still distinct in their respective orbits. However, this alignment was a visually stunning event that was exciting for astronomers to study. The purpose of studying this alignment was to understand how different orbits interact and how celestial bodies can appear in such close proximity from our perspective. Another event occurred in 1982, where another rare gathering of planets took place, including Venus, Mars, and Jupiter. This alignment captured the attention of astronomers, but it was merely a visual event with no noticeable effects on Earth. These alignments have become a subject of scientific research, as scientists studied how these planets interact with each other and examined the effects of their combined gravitational forces, but they found no tangible changes on Earth. Despite the common myths linking planetary alignments to major changes on Earth, science clarifies that these phenomena have no significant impact on our planet. The gravity between planets, even during alignment, is very weak due to the vast distances between them in the solar system. For example, in the case of an alignment between Jupiter and Venus, there are no strong astronomical effects that could affect Earth. In fact, there is no scientific evidence supporting the idea that planetary alignments have a tangible effect on Earth. The gravitational effects between the planets may slightly affect their orbits, but these effects are so minimal that they cannot be observed on Earth. For example, it is the gravity exerted by the Sun on Earth that affects the tides, not the gravity from other planets. Additionally, the Moon is the celestial body that has a far greater effect on the movement of water on Earth's surface. During an alignment, the gravity exerted on Earth by distant planets is extremely small compared to the effects of the Sun and the Moon. Therefore, planetary alignments are nothing more than a visual phenomenon that captures the interest of astronomers and the general public, but it has no significant environmental or astronomical effects on Earth. In conclusion, we can say that planetary alignments are a fascinating phenomenon that draws the attention of both astronomers and the general public alike. Although it is a rare event, understanding how it occurs is scientifically very important. As mentioned, Although the planets may appear close to each other in the sky, they are, in reality, still very far apart in space. This alignment is merely a temporary visual display, and it does not significantly affect our lives or the Earth.
Subscribe for more content.